pros played 10 years ago is shocking. Oh ha, that's gonna be a banger, huh? Every single War video is a nuclear banger, boys. Let's have a look.
I compared the first ever Counter-Strike Global Offensive major tournament to the last ever major...
Sorry, here we go.
I compared the first ever Counter-Strike Global Offensive major tournament to the last ever major tournament 10 years later. If you took a top Counter-Strike team and sent them back in time a decade, how would they compare to the best teams of 2013? What I found was very interesting. Here's what happened. Greetings, I, the War Owl, greets you. We're going to be looking at the grand finals of DreamHack winner 2013, the Ninjas in Pajamas versus Fnatic on Inferno. What a nostalgia.
I love the idea of the video. I remember some analysts having a discussion live on stream whether the Astralis from the era where they were winning everything would still dominate nowadays. My answer would be no. Everything changed. Of course, a team... I don't think so. The skill gap is growing from tournament to tournament, or at least should.
Blast. I only had good, tingly, happy feelings while watching this back, remembering a better time, a simpler time. I watched this live along with about 100,000 other people. They were different times. And yes, you're gonna be seeing a lot of jumping through smokes today. For our modern equivalent to compare, we have Heroic versus Gamer Legion from the semifinals of Blast Paris 2023. This was an extremely good match and a great example of modern Inferno. The first thing that blew my mind and was a huge difference was utility usage. Let's look at some default setups from 2023. Heroic splits 3 mid, 2 alt, flashes mid for control, does default Molotov into apartments, and uses Molotovs and flashes to push up banana and fight for banana control. This is all basic stuff. You're even going to see this in casual pugs almost every single round. But if we go back in time, it's completely different. Notice nobody purchases a Molotov, which is the bread and butter of T-side Inferno. In fact, not one single T-side player purchased a Molotov the entire match. Keep in mind that this is...
The entire match! That's crazy.
From the grand finals of a major tournament. These are the best players in the world, and the T-side Molotov price has already been reduced to $400 in an update in August 2013, well before this tournament. I think this is simply old-fashioned thinking. Molotovs were new in Global Offensive, and players weren't used to them. They were already used to using frag grenades instead from CS 1.6 and CS Source. The only consistent T-side utility thrown was this top mid smoke. This smoke was thrown every single round. In fact, it was thrown late game when T's took control of brackets. They'd smoke up top mid, they'd flash, and then they'd push through their own smoke, which is just absolutely insane compared to how Counter-Strike is played today. First of all, I don't see teams smoke top mid as T. They fight for control of mid, they can count the cross, and they can force the CTs to smoke it themselves. Fast forward to today, that smoke was never thrown, and brackets was only pushed if they had intel that the enemy had rotated off. On round 15, we get a Molotov porch. This was standard. It forces a player out of that corner, which is really dangerous, and a smoke is thrown to block off the arch side. The arch side is where oppers like to play, so you don't really want to push that blind. It is crazy how much better players have gotten over the years and how refined the meta has gotten. You can see how Counter-Strike has become even more cerebral over the years, and I absolutely love it. When I think Inferno, I think save meta. Inferno A site is the most difficult site to retake in the game. Here we have a 3 versus 3 afterplant scenario. Heroic, they feel around, they try to find something, they can't find the pick. Uh-oh, time to save.
Oh my god. I love watching Inferno. Bro, every time we co-stream tournaments and Inferno is picked, by the way, like the most played map at the moment at almost all tournaments. Oh my god. It feels like half of the game, 50% of the whole game is saving. Just like nothing happening.
You see this a lot. But if we go back in time to when men were men, the soy save versus the Chad retake, we got a 2 versus 5 after plant scenario.
What?
That's right, they go for it. As we watch this historic retake, I'd like to thank the sponsor for today's video, Drink Control.
Right, you can't see it. Oh my god, that's smart, bro. Chad, sometimes I like skip if the sponsor is like, I don't know. Like, sometimes I justify myself, like, skipping the ad break. Bro, now I can't skip it, bro. Because I have to see, I want to see this. Boys, control, use code WARALL. Good guy.
They're a meal replacement that actually tastes good. Now, I use almond milk. You can use whatever you want. Water, cow milk, I don't care. It's got protein, carbs, vitamins, minerals, probiotics, all the stuff you need while tasting like your favorite breakfast cereals from your childhood. I like consuming Drink Control when I'm editing videos. I'm in the zone. I don't want to get up and go do lunch and make a whole thing out of it. With all this increased productivity, maybe we'll get back to doing a video a day once Counter-Strike 2 comes out. They also have these meal on the go bars. I have a few of them sitting on my desk so I don't have to leave my chair. Best way to try them out is the bundle builder. I have a link in the description that'll take you right there. You can pick up
There's so many different of these right now, no? There's, I feel like in Germany, like there's, what is it? The one that Fritz Meinecke, like, there's so many different ones of these. Are they good? Like, does anybody of you guys use it? Yeah, Huel, Y-Food. This is like the new big thing, no? When it comes to like sponsors and stuff. No.
Back Daddy owner.
Yeah. I mean, I could see it like, for me, sometimes like I want things to go quick in the morning and stuff. I always do porridge. It takes like 3 minutes. But I could see myself using something like this as well. If it actually like fills up and stuff.
Bunch of different flavors. They have a lot of them. Find the one that you like and
cinnamon.
You get up to 30% off doing this. Also get an extra 10% off by using my code WAROWL. Thank you to Drink Control for sponsoring the video. So, they go for a 2v5 retake. They somehow managed to do it. And just in case you think, oh, they were just in a good position, they're able to pick off a few guys and set up a good scenario, the very next round, they do it again. Get right, sees this bad smoke. Is he gonna walk around the side of it to get a good angle? Nope, gonna jump through. Actually gets that tap though. Now it's a 1v4 and Freiburg is like, yeah, that seems doable. And he makes it look doable to be honest, but the ninjas finally lose around here. Now I don't want all of you in the comments going, they was bad at Counter-Strike. You have to keep in mind that the game was completely different back then. The shooting was different, the economy was completely different, the pistols were insanely different, even the map was different. And all the metas we take for granted today hadn't been developed yet. We're standing on the shoulders of giants. These are those giants. On this round, Heroic goes okay.
Giga chats, bro. And now we have the save meter. Bruder, 2v5 retake on Inferno. That is unheard of, bro. Nowadays, 5v5, you have 2 defenders on A, 1 defender on A dies. Boom. 4v5, we save, boys and girls. Oh my god. Guys, I know a lot of people will say immediately L, because everybody in Counter-Strike is like, no changes, please. But I remember Pimp as well. Pimp, the analyst that you see at the major and everything, was calling out some positives potentially as well from, what do we have right now? MR16 or something, right? First to 16 wins. Imagine something like MR13. Nowadays, a best of 3 takes 4 hours sometimes, because save. Back in the day, things were a little bit quicker. People were more likely to start retaking and stuff. Yeah, of course, and here comes the LLL. I don't say it would be perfect, but I see some positives. Because a 3 hour, 4 hour best of 3, sometimes in a tournament where it's group stage and the game doesn't really matter, where it's not even close to elimination, right? Something like EPL or whatever. Bro, like, most people don't have time for that. Of course, I like it, but thinking from the casual perspective, I could see the esport growing if it was MR13.
We get this much money next round, let's make sure that we can buy and spend the extra money on pistols and util, maybe make something happen here, steal a few guns. Back in ye olden days, they were like, nope, I'm good. I may have over 5K on a save round, but I'm not even buying a P250, gosh darn it. Save means save. So you say maybe he's saving that money in particular so that he can get an AWP next round. Nope, only 1 AWP was purchased the entire match. What? JW on the second to last half. And this was pre-nerf AWP. This version was incredibly powerful. It had the movement speed while scoped, it had the glitch where you moved at full speed while firing after crouching, and it had the 10-round mags. Back to the future, where we have a much weaker AWP, there's a lot more AWPs purchased. The best and most impactful players on teams are usually the AWPers. Seeing is believing, so if I told you before this video that only a single AWP was purchased during an entire match from the grand finals of a Counter-Strike major, would you have believed me? Hey guys, remember this kind of stuff? Safe to say the maps have gotten better as well through iterative development. Imagine if they just launched this game and just didn't touch anything. It would have been dead in less than a year. Other developers, take note, map design does not end on release. You're not gonna get it perfect the first time. It will continue forever. As long as people are playing it, you're gonna have to make changes. Looking at the mechanics, it's tough. It's not something I'm gonna get into the weeds on because it's an old demo with a low tick rate and the mechanics of shooting and moving were different back then. But one thing I noticed was how much movement was going on while shooting. Flasha was the MVP of this tournament. He had this great mouse technique of picking it up a lot, but just look at the movement back and forth while spraying. It's very interesting. He can dance all day, he can dance all day. Let's compare that to a modern example. IM, or the casters were saying it is Imma. This was the player I was most impressed with in the recent major. His movement and aim looks way smoother, it feels more deliberate, it's snappier, and yes, a lot of this has to do with the different game mechanics. The point of this video is not to say old bad, new good. It's to look at the difference because it really is startling how different the game just looks. I am astounded by how far Counter-Strike has come from the beginning of Global Offensive to the end of Global Offensive, the Alpha and the Omega. And I've been around for all of it. I played the game for all of it too, so I didn't realize, I didn't even think of it before watching this old demo, how insanely good not only the pro players have become, but regular old face-it plebs like myself. After watching this demo, I have confidence that if I took a random
Why is the silencer off?
group of Face-It level 10 players and traveled back in time 10 years, we'd be able to win the major. Of course, the prize pool back then was only $250,000, which after accounting for the recent inflation comes out to the value of a double cheeseburger with a small side of fries. We now have way more hours in the game. I probably only had a few hundred hours when this was played, and now I have over 10,000. And we have the cumulative experience of everyone who came before us, the trailblazers who developed the meta, who shaped the game, who figured out what to do and what not to do, and this is only going to continue with Counter-Strike 2. Get ready for a new generation of Counter-Strike players. I hope to come back to this video 10 years from now and make a new one, astounded by how much better players have gotten than Black.
Bro, we already saw, what was it, yesterday I saw a tweet. Hiko wants to come back as well to Counter-Strike. I don't know if in a professional matter. I'd assume it's more like it's more of a content creator type thing, right? But listen to this.
If you haven't seen me in a while, if you're wondering where I've gone, I have been playing Valorant for the last couple of years. But yeah, I think I'll make a comeback to CS when CS2 comes out. I'll probably start streaming CS2 a lot. I mean, I do kind of miss this game. The community in general is just better. The Valorant community is a little cringe to me, and probably because I'm just older, and I think the average age in most of the CS people are older than the Valorant people, but we'll see. Ultimately, we'll see. I don't know what's about to happen, but
Bro, I wonder what he means by a little cringe. I wonder if when he like just pops in matchmaking, right, Valorant matchmaking, and then they just come at him like, Hiko, for every kill, you're getting an ara. Like, is he talking about that? Cheapers.
Last Paris 2023. Thank you folks very much for watching. I am the War Owl, and I still have no closer.
W video. Wow, as always, absolute banger content, yeah? Drop him some love, leave him a sub, put the bell on, everything, all of that jazz, yeah? Zack, 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 zack. W all over the place. Cool video. And he said what? A 250k tournament, yeah, it's only peanuts nowadays with a flange and it's double cheeseburger. And you guys keep saying, oh, watch the group stage of IM Dallas. 250k euros, 100k for place number 1. It's nothing. The playoffs we are gonna watch though. The playoffs we are gonna watch. But not the group stage, we're fucking skipping that. Okay? What else? One comes.